Welcome back to Parts Random. Today's episode, I want to give an overview of my current top 10 favorite YouTube channels. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10, Absolute History. This is a history channel that often focuses on some aspect of daily life of people in the past. It definitely does a great job of making you thankful to be alive in the modern day.
Whilst one loaf is pure, two of them have plaster of Paris, alum, and other undesirables added to them.
And which is which?
Well, you're the Victorian housewife, so I would say you're in the baker's and you're presented with these loaves. Which one would you pick?
Well, they all look very attractive, which is slightly worrying. It's really quite dense, though, isn't it? It's quite heavy. Listen to that.
Number 9, Hot Ones. Sean Evans from First We Feast has an interesting take on interviewing celebrities. Instead of just asking them questions, he makes them eat spicy chicken wings that get progressively hotter as the interview goes along. At times it can be pretty funny to watch people struggle to even remember the question after eating a chicken wing soaked in hot sauce of 800,000 or 2 million Scoville units.
He said, come and taste some wings. Yeah, really?
He gets some pretty big name celebrities on the show, and as an added bonus, he's a
at the
pretty
Iron
good
Man
interviewer.
finish line of chicken wings.
Shit. Ready?
I'm ready.
Number 8, Wild Wonderful Off-Grid. This channel follows the adventures of Josh and Aaron as they build an off-grid house. Generally, I love channels where people actually build things, and they're building an entire house by themselves, which is pretty impressive. In terms of style, a lot of their videos have that Casey Neistat kind of feel to them that you see in a lot of YouTube videos. Their videos don't usually have a ton of dialogue, but when they do, they usually talk to each other instead of directly to the camera, and there's a certain amount of charm in that. A couple other channels in the same category that I like are Red Poppy Ranch and Wrangle Star. Number 7, Tucker Gott. So Tucker's channel is centered on paramotoring, which is paragliding with a giant motorized fan attached to your back. I personally have a real phobia of heights, so watching this guy at times soar to 17,000 feet with nothing but a thin slice of fabric holding him up is a bit nerve-wracking. But it looks so damn cool.
Hair is freaking glass right now.
Number 6, Mathologer. Burkhard Polster's Mathologer, as you could probably guess, is a channel about mathematics. His videos are really high quality, have a unique style to them. He covers a lot of weird topics that make mathematics fun. And one of the great parts of his channel are his t-shirts.
The partial sums explode to plus infinity. The series are convergent.
Number 5, Off the Ranch. Off the Ranch follows the life of Matt Carricker, who runs the channels Demolition Ranch and Vet Ranch. Being an avid shooter, I first started watching Demolition Ranch, where Matt reviews stuff related to shooting sports. His Off the Ranch channel is focused on stuff not related to guns. For instance, he recently bought an abandoned mansion that he is renovating. Similar to number 10, I find it fun to watch people build things from essentially nothing. Number 4, Yes Theory. Yes Theory follows the adventures of Matt, Amar, and Thomas. Their videos center around their tagline of "Seek Discomfort." The idea is to be open to trying new things that are usually outside your comfort zone. For instance, being stranded in a city with no money and relying on the kindness of strangers for 24 hours. Or going up to strangers and asking them to go skydiving with you right now. I find most of their videos uplifting and full of positivity.
Have you guys ever been skydiving?
No.
Do you want to go skydiving today for free? Thank you guys for saying yes.
Number 3, Andrew Nemi. If you're like me and love poker, I'm sure you're already familiar with Andrew Nemi. He's one of the biggest and best known poker vloggers on YouTube. Although I don't think his hand analysis is as good as Doug Polk or, say, the Poker Guys, his videos are still pretty interesting to watch. Similar to Wild Wonderful, his video style feels a lot like it was inspired by Casey Neistat. However, unlike Wild Wonderful, he talks directly to you into the camera. Outside of typical filler drone shots of any given location, most of his video is just a breakdown of poker hands he was involved in. And overall, though, I think it's some of the better poker content on the internet. Number 2, Bald and Bankrupt.
It doesn't look too dangerous. It looks too empty to be dangerous even.
Mr. Bald is a travel vlogger. He spends most of his time traveling through the former Soviet Union with occasional side trips to India or South America. He purposely avoids the typical tourist areas and instead seeks out small villages. He's a pretty outgoing and always cheerful guy, and so he always ends up meeting some pretty interesting locals. However, I do have to say, I find myself occasionally fearing for his safety because he somehow seems to always search out the most dangerous parts of every place he visits.
Dangerous? Peligroso?
You know, he obviously wants to make a point that the world in terms of travel isn't quite as scary as most Americans think, but still.
Okay. Okay, so this lady just told me, watch out for Ceja neighborhood. It's very dangerous. So let's go to Ceja.
I watch a number of travel vlogs, so it was hard to decide which is my favorite. Other honorable mentions have to include Harold Balder's channel, Walter's World, and Babe, Where's My Passport? And my current favorite YouTube channel has to go to Jolly. Jolly is made up of two friends, Josh and Ollie, with occasional appearances from Josh's wife, Gabby, and occasionally Reverend Chris. The focus of the channel is on Korean and British culture. Josh grew up in China, apparently, and had numerous Korean friends. He speaks fluent Korean, while Ollie is attempting to learn Korean, sometimes with hilarious results on some of their videos. Many of their videos are about tasting food or other aspects of either British or Korean culture. I think what appeals to me about this show is how jolly they are. They are obviously very happy people. Ollie really makes this show with many of his reactions, and it's just one of those kind of feel-good shows. You kind of watch some of the episodes and you kind of can't help but either laugh or smile.
I have, but I mean, this does look like a very smooth. Oh, quite an aftertaste. Oh, wow. Wow. It's like mozzarella's older brother who has, you know, personal hygiene problems.
Hasn't washed it once in his entire life.
A word. Oh my goodness.
It's a 20. It's a 20. It's a 20.
So those are my top 10 current favorite YouTube channels. Hopefully there are a few in there that will become your favorites also. I'll leave links below to all the channels I mentioned. And until next time, take care.